Alright, the Smack is back from the Booster Rally, and man, what an experience. Many, many props. Thank you very much to Larry for organizing this trip. It was just fantastic. We had a great time. A bunch of really good fellas, real smart individuals. These guys know what they're doing. It was an honor to be in their presence and to be able to participate in this experiment. And we got some really good results. We had 3 vehicles participate, and each and every vehicle experienced some kind of benefit from introducing hydroxy gas as fuel implementation. Bob Boyce was reporting somewhere in the 60 mile per gallon range with his Prius, so he was obviously having excellent results, even with a cell that wasn't fully conditioned, just running brute force on his design. I mean, I think that's outstanding. I think the Prius originally reports something like somewhere around 43 miles per gallon, so that's outstanding. Larry's truck, he had some mechanical problems. He was having some heating issues, and well on into the trip, he started burning oil. Still no black smoke from the diesel, but he started blowing some oil smoke, and we made the executive decision to leave his truck down there in the Keys at his place down there, and to just take the Smacksmobile back to base camp. So, but his results, his mileage basically stayed the same, with 400 pounds of equipment and another adult in the passenger seat, pushing his truck way past its design limit. That thing was really low geared. His base mileage was based running around town at lower speeds. On the interstate, this thing was wound up way almost to its breaking point, and he still was able to maintain a consistent mileage. So without actually seeing an increase, there is an inherent increase to the usage of his system, because by all rights that mileage should have tanked. So I want to discuss what's going on with my design, let you guys know how this thing looked after 3,400 miles of almost continuous running. Not only is this near continuous running, but it's continuous running at over the designed limit. In an attempt to get out the door in a hurry, I had my concentration adjusted a little on the high side, so that when I was heated up, I was still pulling between 25 and 35 amps, which is not the ideal running condition for the Smack boosters, as I've discussed. That causes some overheating issues. So you can see the acrylic, it's cloudy. It's got kind of a bluish hue to it. That's what happens to acrylic when it runs near its 180 degree temperature limit, especially over extended periods. I mean, for the first half of the run, the acrylic was clear. It only started clouding up towards the end. It couldn't take the constant long duration overheating. So I was running at 30 amps. Check this out. No melted posts on either side. See, the condition of the post is excellent. The wires are in good shape. I had no fuse popping, no wire melting, no relay tripping, nothing. This thing faithfully pumped away at 30 amps and 13 volts DC the whole entire trip. Almost 4 days of running non-stop. So listen, you build it use the proper methods like I've discussed. You build it according to my design, and you're not going to have overheating, melting problems at the post. And here's the proof right here. All I've done to this unit, I just barely took it out of the car and unscrewed the cap. So you guys, you don't need to watch me unscrew the cap. It was on there pretty tight, anyways. So I unscrewed it, and I haven't taken the cell out yet. I took a peek down in there, but I haven't examined it yet. So this is the unveiling for me and for you guys. To see how the unit held up. One of the first things I want to show before I open up the unit is this check valve on the top. Some of you guys that have bought my booster know that on the side I put a little 1/4-inch pipe on there for a refill. Well, I opted on mine to put it on the top because it's just easier, and I put a check valve there. Now, what's a check valve? So here we pan over to Smack Booster Experience Mistake number 1. Okay, I didn't have a check valve on this unit. This is the first year. I brought 2 with me. I brought 2 canisters with me and 1 cell stack. The cell stack is the original stack. The canister, this one here, this is the spare canister. Here's what happened. Because I wasn't accustomed to these long duration runs, I ran this thing for almost 5 hours without faithfully checking the fluid level, and I ran it dry. I ran it so the level was way down here somewhere. So what happens is you have a big volume of hot gas, basically, up on the top of the unit, and it's already heated up. The PVC, as you know, is running at its limits. The acrylic is running at its limits. So it's on the soft side of things. So what happened is I ran the level down to here, and then I stopped. I stopped to get something to eat, and I stopped for about a half an hour or so, and all this gas right in here cooled down. Now, if you ever taken a soda bottle on a hot day and put a cap tightly on it and throw it in the freezer, you know that the gas inside of it cools and it compresses, and the soda bottle, squeezes in. Well, this is what happened. Ran it low, bunch of hot gas, walked away with no pressure relief. The thing sucked in on itself and wrapped itself right around the cell stack, and I had to hacksaw the top of the container off so that I could get the cell out. So you can see what it did, and I had to break the side of it too. It didn't break because of the impact, the suction. It broke because I physically broke it so I could get my cell out, because I wanted to use the same cell. That was part of the whole test. So I ditched the container and transferred the cell into the new unit. So lesson number 1. First of all, don't run your SMAC unit dry. And of all people, I should know that, because I'm the one that designed it, and it's designed to be operated full, not dry. So make sure that you maintain your water level, especially on long trips. Like, this has never been a problem for me, because usually I only drive, at the most an hour a day. So now I've learned, you're on long trips, you need to stop every 2 hours.